Hey, welcome to the Jonathan Ross Show, and as you know, I'm sure, I am a man who loves his fashion, OK? Thank you. I like to see what's being worn, what's coming up, what's new, and fellas, this is what Paris is saying we're all going to be wearing later this year. Look at this. For real. That's the new look. Oh, you're laughing now, but you'll be wearing it. I don't know who the designer is. I think it might be SpongeBob SquarePants. I'm not... Does he know he left the coat hanger in? Does he know, do you think? Has anyone pointed that out? Now, that is either the latest fashion, or maybe it's Anthony Worrell Thompson shoplifting a flat-screen telly. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether he's got a television in there. Now, this is cool. Last week, American president... I love this clip, OK? And how cool is President Barack Obama? He was making a speech in New York. Someone told him, while he was making a speech, that in the audience of the people he was talking to, the soul legend, singing sensation, one of the greatest voices ever, Al Green, was in the audience. This is how Barack responded to the news.
I'm so in love with you.
How cool is that? He can do it, he's got it going on. What would we'd have had David Cameron trying to rap Bonkers by Dizzy Rascal. But Russia has already responded, and they don't always get along. They've already responded with a strongly worded ballad. Take it away, Prime Minister Vladimir Putin. What a voice! And that's a clip from the Russian show KGB's Got Talent. I'm not saying they're scared of him, but the 3 judges have given him 4 yeses. Let's have a look and see who's on the show tonight. We've got a great lineup for you, ladies and gentlemen. My first guest is the stand-out, stand-up and star of Fresh Meat. It's young Mr. Jack Whitehall. There he is. Hey, Jack, how are you? Hello. Looking good. Young Jack. Very funny young man. Jack is also... You don't mind me saying this. You're also quite posh, aren't you, Jack?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Possibly. A tad.
I think he's so posh, when he first saw Downton Abbey, he thought he was shameless.
This suit is actually from TK Maxx.
There you go.
I'm wearing this evening.
Oh, really? Really?
Yep. With a Primark sock.
Wow.
There. And a shoplifted shirt to finish off the look.
Jack Whitehall, ladies and gentlemen, and I think you'll agree, he's a very handsome young man. If Glee had werewolves, that's what they'd look like. My next guest is the star of the Golden Globe-winning TV phenomenon that is Downton Abbey itself. It's Hugh Bonneville. The Earl. Hugh, great to see you.
Good to be here.
OK, now, I'm excited about those guests, but now I'm getting really excited because my next guests are a pair of lovable Muppets. No, not Jedward. It is Kermit and Miss Piggy.
Thank you very much. Oh, wonderful.
Excited you're here. Look at that. Showbiz royalty. Kermit, of course,
yes.
You look stunning. And Miss Piggy, you look fabulous.
Oh, why, thank you.
Yes. You look gorgeous. I hope you don't mind me asking, have you had any work done?
Oh, well, perhaps 1 or 2 things.
Jonathan, can I point out at this point, I'm feeling slightly uncomfortable. There's a man underneath the sofa with his hand up my arse. I think he might have got the wrong...
Wow, it must be uncomfortable. That could be tough.
I don't know whether he got the wrong guest.
I think you know he got the right guest, Jack. He got the guest who asked for the special treatment. Kermit and Miss Piggy on the show, ladies and gentlemen. How lucky we are to have them here. You've got to love them. And we have some tremendous music for you tonight from one of the best bands ever, the Arctic Monkeys. There they are. There they are. Look at them. That's them. There they are. Right there. Drinking beer and everything. Thanks. We didn't book them on the show, but they heard the Muppets one and we just couldn't keep them out, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, so in the Arctic Monkeys, they're going to be performing live right over there. OK, now, just before we get on with that, some good news for you this week because scientists have discovered, and they're claiming this is true, that curry is actually very good for you. And it's not just good for you, it can actually be used for medicinal purposes, OK? In future, you don't have to bother going to A&E. You'll be rushed straight to your local Indian restaurant. If you know someone with a dodgy ticker, take him to the Star of India. Tikka, dodgy tikka. And if they don't cure you in half an hour, you get a free side dish. But you don't overdo it, because I know someone who slipped into a coma. I feel my work here is done. And it really does work, even with serious cases, because if you've got a broken leg, you can get a plaster cast here, and look, this is guaranteed to help you... That got dangerously close. That was dangerously close to a slow hand clap. Let's get my first guest out, Mr. Jack Whitehall. Have a seat, young man. Oh, how nice to have Jack here.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I'm feeling...
Little awkward moment in the green room there, because you put out all the snacks, all the twiglets and stuff.
Yeah, we're generous.
There was a bowl of pork scratchings, and I was next to Miss Piggy, and she didn't know what they are.
Wow.
She's like, what are these? And I was like, well, probably your cousins.
Oh.
And it was awful. I don't know what to say.
You know, I think she's overcome... She's encountered that kind of thing before. Miss Piggy, you come to...
She's very alluring.
You know, they were very tasty, that's all I can say.
Oh, no.
Miss Piggy is really sexy, isn't she?
Yeah, but you know what, Jack? You're the age... How old are you, Jack?
Well, no, I'm 23. I'm 23.
Okay, you're the age where you find just most people you find sexy, don't you? Don't you just... Because you just got hormones bubbling around inside you. If I wasn't here right now, you'd be doing things on that couch that we wouldn't want to film.
Yeah, no, fair enough. But Miss Piggy falls into the same bracket as the loose women, and that you look at them... no, not in a bad way, not like that. But you know, like, you look at them and you think, Linda Bellingham, would I? Yeah, probably. And then so you think...
Is that what you think?
Yeah.
OK. And so, presumably, I imagine you keep the kind of hours where you can watch loose women, because you have... Your work is in the evening, and then maybe you're stand-up.
So that's why I became a stand-up, so I would never miss out on loose women.
Now, does it feel, Jack, that it's happened quickly for you? Because I know you are now... I don't mean this in a bad way, you're kind of everywhere. You've got the stand-up tour, you sold out your last tour, and you're a very popular stand-up. Fresh Meat is doing very well, you've got a documentary thing coming up. Does it seem like a kind of sudden success to you, or do you feel like... is the time right?
Oh, I don't know. I'm very... Yeah, I'm always, like, wake up and I feel so lucky to be where I am, and I'm worried that, you know, I'm all over the place. I think, like, one advert and then everyone will just hate me.
No, I wasn't implying you were everywhere, but, I mean, you know, are you equipped to deal with this level of success? That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I think I'm growing up quite quick. Like, I'm growing up faster than maybe, you know, a normal person my age might. I mean, like, the other day, this is when I realised I was properly becoming an adult, and this has never happened before. I was at home with my girlfriend, and I turned down sex because I had heartburn. Now, that should not happen. And she was there on the bed. She was like, Jack, I'll do anything for you. Fetch me some Gaviscon. Like, I've changed.
Well, that shows a certain maturity in you.
I know.
You know. So you said you were at home with your girlfriend, so you're not at home with your parents anymore. You've moved out from... When did you leave home? When did you move out from home?
I moved out about 8 months ago, and I'm in a sort of little granny flat.
Little flat? So on the same plot of land?
I'm quite near my mum, yes.
So does she come around to see you? She helps out at home? Does she...
Yeah, well, she doesn't tell me she's coming around. Like, I'll go into my flat and open the fridge and she would have filled it up. She does another thing, like, I have a lady to come around and help me clean because I'm not very good, like, domestically. Yeah. And my mum will not break in, she's not that weird. She has a key, so she'll open the key to the door of my house and then she'll clean up my flat before the cleaner arrives so that it's clean before the cleaner gets there because she's embarrassed that the cleaner would come and find unclean things. So by the time the cleaner arrives, I just sit there and have a cup of tea and we're like, well, there's not much for you to do, let's watch Loose Women.
Is the cleaner worried? Does she bear any resemblance to Linda Bellingham? Does the hand creep over?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We make some dirt.
Jack, what's the deal with...
Sorry, that was horrible. That was horrible. It was unnecessary.
Yeah, but at least she's equipped with the right stuff to make it clean afterwards, I imagine.
Well, I do. Like, I'm quite domestic now. Like, doing things that, you know, I never normally do. Like, I had a friend over for tea. I do that now. Like, because I used to go out to clubs and, you know, drink WKD and then cop off with women by bins. And now I have friends over and we drink herbal teas and watch Eggheads.
Wow.
So I had a friend over and I gave my friend the tea and my friend went to put the tea on the table. I put a coaster underneath.
Wow. You're house proud as well.
House proud.
Okay. So that's not. But so your parents must be pretty proud of you. I know. I know that they're kind of involved in showbiz. Anyway, you grew up in a sort of showbiz scenario. Is that right?
Yeah, well, my dad was, he was an agent for actors for a while, and he looked after sort of various people. So, yeah, it wasn't like that. My mum was an actress as well, but it never really took off. Like, she was in Woof, which is, yes, there was a couple of laughs there, you remember it. It was a detective crime drama about a dog that could turn into a boy.
So, presumably they watch your show as well? I mean, do you feel conscious of their kind of approval or otherwise?
Yeah, I mean, I watched quite a lot of stuff with them. I watched Fresh Meat with them when it first came out, and...
Well, we should, because it's very, very popular, but we should set it up for people who haven't seen it yet. It's a kind of comedy set in the world of students, isn't it? Manchester University, and it's fairly full-on, isn't it?
It's quite full-on. Yeah, there's quite... well, in the first episode, there's a scene where I, you know, do the deed. Yeah. I don't normally say it like that. If I'm like,
you're being more polite in front of me than your parents.
So no, because I'm worried because it's ITV and normally I'm on Channel 4 where you're like, yeah, in the arse. And here you have to be like, no, you have to be careful, you know.
I can't even touch that. I just can't even go there. No, I can't. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes,
I'm really sorry.
So you were on Fresh Meat.
So,
you were enjoying the company of a young lady.
Yes, there was a scene with a lady, and I'd completely forgotten that it was in the first episode. So I invited my parents along to watch the screening of the first episode, and I was sat there in this cinema, and it dawned on me that this scene was about to come up, and it came up, and I was. You know, and I looked over and my mum was just like, she couldn't even look.
Oh, what a childhood
thing to see. I turned to my dad and he was like, oh, he's got his father's rhythm. I was like, no. It's awful. Yeah. Sorry. I'm very sorry.
OK. Fresh Meat is very successful and very popular, not just with the Bulldogs, but students in particular like it. And I would have thought, you know, when you're holding up a mirror to their life, it's hard to get that right. How accurate do you think it is? Is it a reflection? Because you didn't finish your course, but you went to Manchester University as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to Manchester where it's all set, and yeah, and I think it is. I think it's pretty accurate. Like, my character is sort of posh, swaggering arse, which is a big stretch for me. No, it was, because, you know, inner-city state school boy like myself playing that part.
Can you play common? If you were given a part now, say we gave you a part in Misfits...
And Channel 4 wanted me for Top Boy, but I wasn't available.
Yeah. Let's say, can you do urban for me? Can you do a kind of gritty... let's hear it. Let's hear some. Come on, blood.
Pow pow. Now again.
Papow is a Thai dish, I believe, isn't it?
Guns and stuff. Pull! One gun. I always get that wrong.
Yeah, but it's close. You're in the right
I'm in the right area.
So you went there, what did you study at university?
I studied history of art for a little bit. But I had this flatmate who I sort of based my character on, who went to Eton, and he was so like, just like JP. And I always remember he did this thing when he was chatting up women, which is so JP. But he genuinely did this in real life. You couldn't write it. He used to go up to women. He used to say, yeah, so I'm Hugo. That was his name. Of course, his name was Hugo. Yeah. And they call my penis the truth because no one can handle the truth.